Okay, perfect. So let us begin. I'm so happy to be here with all of you. I'm always happy to have the opportunity of training a bit all the people who decide to join the entrepreneurship, the people who decide to take a step forward. I hope you have it in your book. That's going to be important for you to write down on your notebook whatever you consider important about this call. Another important thing that I would like to tell you is that 90% of success is being there. My name is Carlos Guarduño. Hi, Iri Rosado, welcome. Marisol Ramirez, I also see her online. My dear Claudia Ramirez, how are you? What a pleasure to see you here. So today, since I'm normally a bit since I normally like to improvise my calls, today I have my script ready, so I don't skip anything and I remember to talk about everything I would like to share with you. First of all, something very simple. If you could activate your cameras, that would be amazing because that way what we do is a bit less cold. That way we can see others' facial expressions. We can see what you're seeing, what you're feeling, if you're paying attention or not, etc., etc. So that excites me very much. And I love the fact that this call has simultaneous interpretation. This is only possible thanks to the magic of technology. I started to do network marketing 19 years ago, and this was impossible. And currently, technology makes it possible. So let's leverage it. I would like to know who is on the other side. Like I always say, the important thing is for you not to feel like another number, like more volume in an organization or another position in an organization or another name on the screen. This is a people's business, and behind each person, there is a story. And that's the most interesting thing that we have. Each story has a family, has dreams, has hope, has needs, and probably a reason why they decided to be here. Some came wanting to improve their health, others searching for income, or what happens a lot in this community is that people arrive because they want to improve their health, and when they realize that this technology truly works, that is when people say, wow, what would happen if I start talking about this? What would happen if I start to become a distributor, if I start to talk to this to my family members? So it's very common for people to come here searching for help and to want to build a business immediately when they realize that our technology is efficient, fast, and comprehensive. Probably some people here don't really know what they want to do with this exactly, and that's fine. Don't worry. You don't need to know everything. You don't need to have an entrepreneur mindset from the beginning, regardless of how you reached this call. I want to tell you something that today could be the first day of something much greater than you ever imagined, but that's not going to be determined by who invited you to the call, by your sponsor, by the team, nor by the company. The person who determines if this becomes something much greater or not for you is you. Starting today, we need you to start to think like an entrepreneur. If you're already in this training, it's because you decided to start to behave as an entrepreneur and make this a business. So my best advice for all of you, if you decided to start a business, treat it like an employment. Juan Carlos, what are you talking about? If you decided to start a business, treat it as a job. Let me tell you why. When people think that it's their own business and they don't have a boss, they give themselves a lot of permission. They work at a very slow rhythm because you're your own boss, because nobody's demanding anything. Nobody's going to tell you off or tell you that you're going too slow or too fast. So start to take it as if it was a job. Take it with the seriousness of a job that you don't want to lose. You need to show up all the time, do what you have to do, take it seriously, take it as a professional. Because listen to me, this is the most beautiful and best paid profession in the world for people who take it seriously. So, one of the most important things that we must start doing is to start to search for information. You need to start to understand how an entrepreneur mindset works because we need for you to start to think as entrepreneurs. The first thing I would like to work with you is not the product, it's not the compensation plan, and it's not the back office. The most important thing is your mindset, your system of beliefs. Because after many years as an entrepreneur, I have learned something. And you know what it is? You can give exactly the same tools to two different people, and one can build something extraordinary while the other doesn't do absolutely anything with them. What is the difference? The person, their mindset, their discipline, their consistency, and their availability to do things that they had probably not done before, and their disposition to learn, their willingness to learn. So that's why if you decided to develop this opportunity, I would like you to start looking at it in a completely different way. You are an entrepreneur. You're not an employee anymore. This is your own business. It doesn't matter if you've never had a business. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if you have work today, an employment. Actually, that would be the best thing that you could have, a traditional employment right now. It doesn't matter if you have 200 followers or if you only have 50 followers or if you don't have any followers at all. That doesn't matter either. Starting today, you are developing something that can become uh, active for you and for your family. That's the first thing you need to learn. And if we understand it that way, you need to treat it with seriousness, with consistency, with being humble to understand and give it all the passion that you can. Some people might be saying, hey, Juan Carlos, why are you talking about passion and heart? Because what we do saves lives. Because what we do can change the life of a person, of a single mom, of a dad that doesn't reach the end of month. This really changes people's lives. So you don't need to know absolutely anything to be able to begin. That's important. Take off the pressure from day one. You don't need to know everything. Don't wait to say, oh, yeah, I'm going to start when I'm ready. No, you don't need to start when you're ready. You simply need to start. You don't need to be perfect. One of the greatest mistakes that I've seen during the years in new people is that they think, okay, first I need to learn absolutely everything, and afterwards I'll start. Please take that idea off your mind because then you never start because you're never going to feel ready because the perfect moment doesn't exist. The perfect moment is simply right now because you're here, because you decided to start. I want you to learn as you move forward. This is an amazing profession because it allows anyone to learn as they go. You learn something, you can apply it. You learn something new, you can apply it. Everything while you start to earn money, everything while you start to change people's lives. And little by little, you start to develop skills. Listen to what I just said. Little by little, you start to develop skills. Now remember this formula. Knowledge plus confidence plus action takes you to momentum, takes your business to growth. The most knowledge you have, the most confident you become. The most confident you become, the more action you take. And with that action becomes consistent, that dreamt moment in our business model appears, which is momentum. Please do not reinvent the wheel. Everything has been invented. You need to be humble enough to say, hey, I might be really good in everything I do, but I'm new in this and I'm going to allow myself to be guided by the people who have reached great results and have created great organizations. Another thing that I would like to share with you from the beginning is that you shouldn't complicate the business. Normally, people overcomplicate the business. There's already training, there's already tools, there's already presentations. Systems exist. There are already people who have been walking this path for years. Sorry about that. I have a bit of allergy right now. So there's already people who have been for many years doing trial and error. So use it. Use these tools, use these systems. You don't need to become an expert of absolutely everything. You need to just learn how to use correctly the tools which already exist. Attention, I only work with tools. I've been during 18 years reaching the highest ranks in the companies, and I was taught from the beginning to use the tools. If you learn from the start to use the tools available, your business is going to grow at a very fast pace. Sorry, connect to your trainings. Congratulations for being here today. If you can't be there live, look at the recording, use the platforms, the resources, ask for help. Please go Move towards the people who are already producing results. Get close to people who are already having results. Especially allow yourself to be guided. Pay attention. Allow yourself to be trained. Be humble so you can learn. The speed that you learn in could determine the speed of the growth of your business. And belief is absolutely everything. I'm going to talk about something which is crucial, belief, the faith that you have in what you do, because it's very difficult to share about something that you don't even believe in. That's why I want you to get to know the product, to use it. I imagine that everyone here already know the product, already used it, and that's what made them take the decision to share it with the rest of the people and take the step. I want you to learn, to observe, to share experiences, to know about testimonials, about the technology, to ask questions, because when you develop true conviction, something amazing happens. You stop to feel that you're selling. I don't feel I sell every day. I am helping the people I know, the people who are surrounding me, the people who are appearing in my life. I am simply sharing something that I consider valuable. Okay, listen to that. That is the natural, organic behavior of human beings. The natural, organic behavior of human beings is if I tried something that worked, that gave me results, I simply like to share it and recommend it to others, and that feels completely different. You don't have to be following anyone here or pressuring anybody here. You don't need to be convincing anybody here. You simply need to share. You need to help people to try the technology. Now, your back office is your office. And here I want to share a bit. Can you help me, please, to share the screen, please? Please.
You can go ahead and use it now.
Thank you. Okay, tu back office es tu oficina.
Okay, your back office is your office. And
Ahora quiero que vean las cosas.
now I would like you to see the things. I need to check the checklist because I always forget to share something in this part. But I'm not going to forget now because I have my checklist of the important things I want to share with you right now on my screen. So your office, your back office is your digital office. It's important for you to learn to use the basics. You don't need to memorize everything today, but it's important for you to know where to find things. So the first thing you need to find is your profile on the screen. On the top part of the screen, mine says U90X LLC because instead of putting my name, I put my company's name. When you click there, in that place, it says change settings, or in Spanish, or change profile. And you can click here and change settings. And this is one of the important things. How people always ask, how can I enroll someone on the left or the right leg? This is something that you always have to do before enrolling someone. If you're going to enroll someone and you want them to be placed on your left leg, for example, you go to change settings. And here you can see the screen that you're seeing right now. So then you go a bit, scroll a bit down, and you can check that the name is well written, that the company is correct, that the date of birth is correct, that the email is correct, etc., etc. And here you can see that it says build left or build right. Let me change this to Spanish. One moment, please. Look, on the top, you can also change the language of the web page. Since I'm giving this conference in Spanish, I'm going to change it to Spanish because I had it in English. And now the page completely changes into Spanish. And there it says change settings. You click on change settings and it's going to take you to this page. You move down a bit and here on this part where it says about me, on the bottom it says what is your preference in the binary compensation when you start to sponsor new people. Do you want them on the left, on the right, or on the strongest leg? I suggest that you put the person on the side that you want that person to be. In my case, I left it on the left side because that's the side that I am building on. I already built my right side for a while, and it's grown more than my left side. That's why I'm building on my left side right now. When you choose there, you can see it changes. But if I go down, it says your binary preference has been updated. So now if I enroll someone, he or she will go to the right side, but I want to leave it on the left. So I'm going to leave it as it was. Now, where can you see your monthly subscription? Let's see. Here, it says monthly subscription purchases on the top of the page. Do you see it? You can go to the monthly subscription purchase. You click there, and here here it
estás
says,
en compra
here
de suscripción
you
mensual.
can
En mi
see
caso
if you're on the
particular,
monthly
dice que
subscription
no tengo
purchase or
compra de
not.
suscripción
In my
mensual
case,
porque
it says that I'm not
yo
on the
compro
monthly
producto
subscription
cada
because
6 meses.
I
O
purchase
sea,
product
hay
every
paquetes
6
que puedes
months.
comprar por
There
6
are
meses. En
different
vez de que a mí me carguen cada mes,
packs that you
yo
can
tengo
purchase every
los
6 months.
paquetes de
Instead of
cada
being
6
charged
meses.
every month,
Pero aquí tengo
I
activado
order
un
for
botón
6
que
months.
dice acepto
But
tu
here I
LifeWave
have
y
a
uso mi
button which is
tarjeta alternativa
activated
para
that says
cobrar mi
I
pedido de
accept
suscripción
LifeWave to
mensual si
use
estoy
my
dando
alternative
supermercado
card
digital.
to be
Entonces,
able
aquí es
to
donde tú
charge
sabes
my
si tu compra de suscripción mensual está activa o no está
pack.
activa.
So here is where you
Después,
know
el
if
link
your monthly
personal.
subscription
Esto
is
es
active or
súper
not active.
importante que sepas
After
dónde
that, the
está.
personal
Entonces, nos
link
vamos a
is
ir a
super
cambiar mi
important for you to know
configuración.
where it is. Let's go back to change my settings.
Y aquí vas a poder encontrar tu
And
link.
here you're going to be able to find your link.
Ay, Dios mío, ¿dónde estaba el link? Me estoy
Oh
perdiendo.
my God, where was the link? I'm getting
Aquí,
lost.
tu sitio web.
Here,
Ok, aquí
your
donde dice
website.
sitio web, si se
Here where
fijan,
it says
ahí lo
website,
acabo de poner en azul.
you
Ese
see,
es mi link para
I
compartir
just
con cualquier persona.
showed it to you in blue. That's
Ese
my
es mi
link to be
link
able to
que
share with
lleva a la
anyone.
gente a mi tienda
That is my
online.
link that brings people
Tu
to my
link va a
online
decir lo mismo
store.
que el mío,
Your link is going to say the same,
lifewave.com/, el nombre que
mine,
tú hayas elegido. El mío es diagonal
lifewave.com,
U90X porque es el nombre de la
diagonal,
empresa.
whatever your name you
Entonces,
chose. Mine
este
is
es mi link
U90X because it's
personal
the name
y
of my
aquí lo
company.
puedes encontrar
That's your personal
todos.
link,
Te vas
and you can
en
find
la
it
parte
there.
aquí arriba, te
Remember,
vas a
you go
cambiar
to the top
configuración,
here,
te
and you
bajas
go
un
to change
poquitito y
settings.
automáticamente ahí
You
vas
move
a
down a
encontrar
bit, and
tu link
automatically
para
there,
tu
you're
tienda
going to
online,
find
que es la
your
que le
link for
debes de
your online
compartir
store, which is the one
directamente a
that
la
you must
gente
share directly
que se inscribe
with
contigo.
the
Entonces vamos a
people who
le voy a
enroll
dar
under
clic
you.
para que ustedes puedan ver mi
So
tienda.
let me click on
Le
it
doy
so you can
clic
see my store. If
y
I
esto es
click,
lo que la gente va a ver directamente
this is what
cuando
people
llegan
are
conmigo.
going to see
Cuando ya
directly
vamos a
when they enroll
entonces
under
van
me.
a ver hasta arriba dice, estás
You
comprando
can
con
see on the top it
U90X. Con
says
eso
you
la
are
persona sabe que
purchasing
está
with
comprando contigo.
U90X.
Y
That way the
entonces la
person
gente que
knows
se va
that
a
they are
unir
buying from you.
que se va a
And
unir
people who are
como
joining
promotor o como distribuidor, le da clic en
as
unirse,
promoters or
le das clic
distributors,
en unirte
they click
y
on
ahí
join.
ustedes podrán ver que lo
And
primero que
there
tienes que
you will
poner ahí
be
es que
able
no
to
soy
see
un
that the
robot
first thing you need to write is that you're
y
not a
de
robot.
inmediato lo que sucede
And
es
immediately what
que
happens after that
te da acceso a
is that it gives you
a todos los
access
paquetes que tenemos en la
to
compañía.
all the packs
El
that we
paquete
have
starter, el
in the
paquete core,
company.
el advance, el
The
plus, el
starter, the
premium.
core,
Entonces aquí la
advanced,
gente compra
plus,
directamente
premium.
contigo. Ahora,
So
si
people
la
purchase
persona no
directly
se va a
from you.
unir como promotor,
Now, if the
en vez de
person is
darle
not going
clic
to
en
join
unirse, le puede dar
as a
clic en
sponsor,
comprar
instead
y
of
ahí en comprar le
join,
aparecen todos los
they can
productos
click
y
on
esto le
purchase.
da
And on purchase, they're going to see all
vamos a
the
hacer
product.
vamos a hacer el ejemplo.
And this gives you, let's
Por
give an
ejemplo,
example.
aquí es donde puedes
For
encontrar
example,
nuestros productos
here you
y
can
la gente
find our
normalmente
products.
llega y lo más
And
recomendable
normally
es que siempre
people,
arranquen con el
what they
paquete
do, the most
X39 o
recommendable
con
thing
X.
is
Y
for them to
entonces
start with
la gente llega
X39
aquí,
patch.
le da clic al
So people come
X39
here,
y
they
este
click on
precio, el
X39.
precio
You can see the
sin
price there.
descuento es de
The price
149.95 y el
with
precio
no
con descuento
discount is
99.95 y
149.95
aquí le va a dar
or
la persona agregar al
199.95 with,
carrito. Entonces ya se
or
agregó al
sorry,
carro.
or
Después te
99.95
vas al
without
carrito que
with
está aquí arriba y dice
the
ver carro o
discount. And
finalizar
after
la
that, you
compra.
go to the cart
Y
here on the
entonces
top,
aquí te
and then you
dice,
purchase.
¿quieres
And
ahorrar
then here
$50?
it says, do you want to save
Hágase cliente
$50?
preferencial. Entonces aquí la
Become a
compañía le
preferred
permite a la
customer.
persona ahorrarse
Here, the
$50 en
client
el pedido.
is allowing the
¿Ok?
person
Así es como una
to
persona
save
nueva llega aquí
$50
como
on
cliente
their
contigo. Puede comprar a precio completo o puede comprar
order.
con
That's
descuento como
how the
ellos
client
decidan.
can buy with you,
¿Ok?
with the full
Las
price or
comisiones.
with a discounted
Vamos
price,
ahora a
however
las
they prefer.
comisiones.
Now
Estamos aquí en la
commissions.
página,
Let's see
le
commissions.
das en el
We
inicio
are here in the page. You click on start,
y las comisiones, vas a ver
and the
aquí
commissions,
un botón que dice comisiones,
you're going to
puedes ver
see a
tus
button
comisiones,
here
el
which says
volumen, las
commissions. You
ganancias,
can see the
ganancias de comisiones, o
commissions, the
sea,
volume,
aquí
the
está
earnings.
absolutamente todo lo que la
You
gente
have
necesita ver.
absolutely everything
Acá
people
también
need
pueden
to
ustedes
see
ver,
right here. Here
aquí la
you
gente
can
puede ver
also see,
las
people
comisiones de
can
cada
see
semana,
the
aparecen
weekly
por 7 días,
commissions
después aquí
that
abajo puedes
appear
ver
for
todas tus
5 days.
comisiones, le
And
das
on the
clic
bottom,
ahí
you
y te
can see
puedes
all their
ir
commissions here. You click
semana por
there,
semana
and you can go week after
a donde
week
sea que te quieras ir, ¿ok?
to wherever you want to go.
Entonces, ahí puedes ver las comisiones en esta
So
parte
there
de
you
aquí,
can see the
los
commissions on
recursos.
this
Esto está
part
bien
there.
interesante.
Resources.
Si
This
se
is
pueden,
very
si pueden ver, aquí
interesting.
dice,
If you
en
can
el tema de
see
recursos,
here,
miren lo que hay en el
where
tema de
it says
recursos, porque
resources,
es bien
look at
importante
where
que
it
sepan
says
todo lo
where
que
it says
tenemos.
resources.
Esto está,
Very
miren la
important for you to
cantidad
know
de
everything we
idiomas que
have.
tenemos
Look
recursos.
at the amount of
Miren esto.
languages that we we have in resources.
Miren
Look at
esto.
this.
Vámonos
Look at this.
directamente a español. Ahí
Let's
está,
go
¿ves?
directly to Spanish.
Entonces,
There you had
Información
English.
inicial para un nuevo miembro. Cómo registrar a
So
un
the
nuevo
first
socio LiveWave.
information for a new
Información sobre
member,
el
how to
pago de
register
comisiones
a
de
new
LiveWave.
brand partner,
Cómo recibir tu
information
pago,
about
términos y
LifeWave commission
condiciones de los
payment,
Estados
how to
Unidos,
receive your payment,
los básicos
terms and
del back
conditions in the
office.
US,
O sea, esto
the
la compañía
basics of
también lo
the
tiene
back
acá en
office.
todos
This is
esos idiomas
something
que ustedes están viendo
that
ahí
the
arriba.
company has here in all the
Entonces,
languages that
después
you're
viene
seeing up there.
los tutoriales.
And after
Miren la
that,
cantidad
we
de
have
tutoriales que
tutorials. Look at the amount of
Buenísimos.
tutorials that we have.
Lo que necesites
Amazing.
saber de
Whatever you need to know
la tarjeta de iPayout.
about the iPayout card.
Porque esto se cambió a
How to
inglés.
manage,
Esto
oh,
debería estar
sorry,
en
this was
español, pero
changed
bueno.
to English. This should be in
Hay
Spanish.
testimoniales, hay
You have testimonials.
herramientas de educación.
You have
También aquí pueden ver en
educational
diferentes
tools
idiomas. Miren
that
en
you can see in
español.
different languages here. We have them here in Spanish.
Aquí ustedes pueden ir buscando, o sea, esto es
Here
algo
you
para
can
literalmente
search
navegar un
because
rato,
this is
para que veas
something to literally
todos los recursos que tenemos,
be looking
marketing
around and
tools,
playing
o
with
sea,
to see all the
herramientas de
resources
marketing
that we have, marketing tools
que ahora van a abrir, que ahora se van a
that I'm
abrir.
going to show you right now.
Que mi internet no está jalando muy bien, pero bueno.
My internet is not working
Miren, les
too
voy a
well,
enseñar en
sorry.
educación. Esto está muy bueno. Cuando te vas a educación, que está
Okay,
junto a
this is amazing.
recursos,
When you go to education next to resources,
va muy lento mi internet.
sorry, my internet is going really slow.
Ahí está. Esto está muy bueno porque en la parte
There
de
it is.
educación,
This is really
la
good
gente dice,
because where
oigan,
it
no
says
entiendo algo
education,
del
people
plan de
say, hey,
compensación.
I don't
Ok,
understand
qué
something from
maravilla.
the
Tenemos
compensation plan.
todos
Well,
los
look at this.
documentos del plan de
We
compensación.
have
Ustedes
all
aquí
the
los pueden
documents
bajar.
of the
Aquí el plan de
compensation plan.
compensación, está
You
el
can
desglose de
download them here. You
precios,
have the
están las
compensation
9
plan.
maneras de
You
obtener
have
ingresos, pero
the
esto está por escrito, son
breakdown of
PDFs.
prices, the 9
Pero
ways in which
también
you can
tenemos
earn
videos.
income. This is a
Entonces, si
PDF,
quieres
it's written
conocer
down, but we also have videos. If
algún
you
bono del plan
want
de
to
compensación, aquí está
know about
uno
some
por uno
bonus in the
los videos.
compensation plan, here you have the videos
Miren,
one
miren la
by
cantidad de
one.
videos que hay de cada
Look at
uno
the
de los
amount of
bonos para que
videos
no
there are
tengas
from
problema en
each one of
encontrar
the
absolutamente
bonuses, so
nada.
you don't have
Los
any
videos los
issues
puedes ver en el idioma
in
que tú
finding
quieras,
absolutely
en
anything. You can
español,
see the videos
tienen
in whatever
subtítulos en
language you want.
español y es
In
la mejor
Spanish, it
manera
has
de comprender el
subtitles
plan
in
de
Spanish,
compensación
and it's
si
the
es que en
best
tu
way
equipo
to
no hay
understand the
alguien que haya hecho
compensation plan. If in
un
your
buen video
team
que lo entiendas,
there
tenemos
is
una
not
compañía que lo
someone
hace
who has done
absolutamente
a good
todo en la
video for
parte
you to
de
understand, the
educación.
company has absolutely
¿Ok?
everything here
Entonces,
in the
ahí hay
part of education.
para las personas
So you go to
nuevas.
resources,
Aquí
resources for
está,
new people.
aquí te explican, aquí está la guía para el
Here
nuevo
it
brand partner,
explains,
la guía
you
de
have the
inicio
guide for the
rápido, la
new
guía de
brand
inicio
partner,
rápido sobre el plan de
the quick
compensación. O
start
sea, hay
guide, the
mucho
compensation
material
plan, quick start
cuando ya te conviertes en
guide. There's a
director. Hay
lot of
diferentes
material
recursos
when you
para el
become
director,
a
diferentes
director
tipos
and
de
different
entrenamiento para el
resources,
director. Cuando te
different types
conviertes en
of
ejecutivo, hay
trainings.
otro
When you
entrenamiento
become
para
an
los
executive, there
ejecutivos.
is another
O sea,
training for
todo lo que
executives.
puedas necesitar o que
So
necesite tu equipo,
everything
lo
that you
encuentras
might
en
need
esta
or
parte
that
donde
your team
dice
might need,
educación.
you can find it
¿Ok?
here where it says
Y
education.
ahora
Okay?
salgo de aquí y
And now
viene el negocio de verdad.
I'm going to
Todo
leave
lo que
this part and I'm
necesitábamos
going to show
comenzar el
you
plan,
the
pero ahora quiero
business for
hablarles
real.
de
Everything I
realmente
showed you
va a
is
determinar
important,
si
but now I
construyen o
want to
no
tell you what
construyen
is
un
truly
negocio.
going to
Y
determine
escúchenme bien,
if you
es
build or you don't
extraordinariamente
build a
sencillo.
business. And listen to me, it's extraordinarily simple.
Hablar con personas.
Speaking
A
to
mí
people.
normalmente desde que iba a la escuela, a mí me
Normally, from
consideraron
the
un niño
start of
problema toda
school,
la vida.
they
Me dijeron
considered me
que
a
yo, alguien
problematic
como yo,
child my
nunca iba
whole
a
life.
tener un buen trabajo,
They
que
said
nunca iba
that
a triunfar
somebody
en la
like me
vida
would never
y
have a
que la
good
boca no me
job, would
paraba porque
never
les
be
quería platicar
successful
de
in
mis
life,
papás.
because I wouldn't
Y
stop
en nuestro
talking, because I always
negocio,
wanted to
lo
talk to
único que
everyone else.
tenemos que hacer es
And in our
hablar con los
business, the
demás,
only thing we
es
have to
contarle
do
a los demás lo que
is
estás
to
viviendo,
talk to
contarle a los
others,
demás
is
testimonios,
to tell others
storytelling.
what you're living,
Así funciona.
tell others
Puedes estudiar
testimonials.
durante 6 meses, puedes ver todos los videos, puedes aprenderte de
Storytelling.
memoria el plan de
You can
compensación,
be learning
puedes
6
conocer
months,
perfectamente el
all
back
the
office,
videos,
pero
the
si no
compensation
hablas
plan
con
by heart, the
personas,
back
no hay
office. But if
negocio.
you don't
Eso es
talk
bien
to
importante
people,
entender.
there's
Y
no
aquí es
business.
donde
That is
mucha
super
gente se
important to
paraliza
understand.
porque
And
piensa,
here's where a
¿qué
lot of
les
people
digo?
get paralyzed
¿Cómo
because they
les
think,
vendo?
what should
¿Cómo
I
los
say?
convenzo?
How should I
Y ahí
sell?
comienza el
How
problema
must
para
I
muchas personas.
convince? And
Porque
that's
yo
where the
no quiero
problem
saber
starts
qué
for many
vender.
people because
O sea,
I
y aquí
don't
algo muy
want,
importante es que yo no quiero que salgas a
look,
vender.
something very important is I don't
Muchísimo
want you to
menos
be
quiero que
out
salgas a
there
convencer.
selling
Quiero que
or much
aprendas
less
a abrir
convincing
conversaciones.
others. I want you to
Este
learn to start
negocio es de
conversations.
abrir
This
conversaciones.
business is about
Atención a lo
starting
que acabamos de decir, ¿eh?
conversations.
Eso es muy
Now,
importante.
attention to what I just
El
said.
secreto
It's
es
super
hablar
important.
menos.
The secret is
Esta es
to
la
talk
parte que quiero que
less.
recuerden siempre.
This
Habla
is the
menos,
part that I
pregunta
want you
más
to
y escucha más.
understand all the time.
Cuando conozcas a
Talk
alguien,
less,
no necesitas
ask
comenzar
more, and
inmediatamente
understand
explicándole el
more.
negocio,
When
ni
you
invitándole a un
start to get to
negocio.
know
¿Te
someone, you
interesa
don't need to
genuinamente
invite them to a business or talk about a business immediately.
ya la conoces,
Genuinely get
te
interested
preguntan, oye,
about the
¿sigues
person's
trabajando para
life.
la
Ask
empresa?
them what they're
Oye,
doing, or if
¿sigues
you
con el
already know
negocio
them,
que
ask them,
tenías?
are
Y
you still
después,
working in that
¿qué es lo
company,
que
or do
más
you
te
still
gusta
have
de lo
that
que
business
haces?
that you were doing? And after
La
that,
gente,
what is
siempre,
what
a
you
la
like
gente le
most
gusta
of what
hablar
you do?
y después viene una pregunta
People like
extraordinariamente
to talk
poderosa.
about
Si
themselves.
pudieras
And
cambiar una
afterwards, an
sola cosa de lo que haces
extraordinary,
hoy, ¿qué
powerful
cambiarías?
question. If
Y
you could
ahora
change
cállate.
something of anything that you do right now, what would you change of your current status? And listen to that person, because probably that person is going to answer exactly what that person needs. Well, I would like to change this because I would like to have more time, or I would like to have more money, I would like to have more freedom, I would like to work with people I like and not that ugly group of people that treat me bad or have a bad attitude at work. I would love something to change in my life or to be more time with my kids. I would like a life project. I would like something different. And we're not trying to manipulate anyone. We're trying to understand that person's needs. Let them ask you. That's important. If you do this correctly, many times it's going to happen naturally. After talking for a few minutes, they're going to ask you, hey, what are you up to? When you already asked them what they do and they told you their story, they're going to naturally say, what about you? Bingo. Perfect. Now you have permission to talk about yourself. And then you need to learn to explain what you do in approximately 30 seconds, not 30 minutes, not a complete presentation. You don't need to explain the story of a company, the complete science, the compensation plan, and your dreams for the next 10 years. It's just 30 seconds, clear, interesting, and afterwards use a tool or invite them to get to know more. In my particular case, and it's worked really well, listen to me well. When anybody asks me, hey, what is it that you have on you? Instead of replying what it is and how it works, I ask them questions. I say, what would you like to improve? Any pain, illness, an emotional issue? Would you like to earn more money? Would you like to travel? Would you like to have more time with your family? I ask them those questions, losing weight, and depending on their answer, instead of me talking, I share testimonials on what they shared with me, on what they are looking for. And testimonials do the whole job. And people ask me, but how does this technology work? And instead of me explaining it to them, I send them a video. Or if I'm with them, we see the video together. That's super interesting. And people don't know how to do it. People always want to talk. They always want to open their mouth. Don't open your mouth. I don't. Each time I'm with someone and they ask me, hey, explain this to me, I show them a video. The video does the job for you. So it's important to be able to detect people's needs. You can also open conversations with questions like, hey, what do you know about stem cells? Or how are your energy levels during the day? That is super important, those questions that we can ask people. And we all know that most of the people who are older than 35 or 40, our levels of energy are not that high anymore. So you know the answer that people are going to give you. So then start to observe. Pay attention to their answers. Every day we meet people who are needing something, who are looking for something. People with energy issues, people with weight issues, people who want to feel better, people who are not happy with their financial situation. Every day, people who want to be entrepreneurs, but they don't know how, they don't have money, people who want to have more liberty. They already know the industry, but nothing really matched with them. Again, your job is not convincing anyone. Your job is just opening conversations. That's all. Your job is to find the people who this can make sense to. That's all. Some people say, oh, but I don't know anyone. That's a phrase that I've heard during years. Oh, I don't know people, Juan Carlos. You do know people. Get out your phone. You have friends. You have family members. You have ex-school colleagues, ex-work colleagues, neighbors, people that you met 5 or 10 years ago, Instagram, Facebook, WhatsApp people, people who you haven't spoken to in years, people who are already in direct sales. But they don't have such a powerful technology as this one. Your phone is full of stories, not necessarily prospect stories, people stories. And that is the difference. Don't open your contacts thinking, who can I sell to? Okay, listen to what I'm saying. Don't open your contact list thinking, who can I sell to? No. Open your contact list thinking, who can I reconnect with? Who can I give value to their lives? Who can I give hope to their lives? Who can I help? That is the correct mindset. That is the mindset that changes conversations because people can feel it when you just want to sell or when you're truly interested in helping their lives change. People can feel that. Just like dogs can smell fear, people can feel when you just talk to them because you wanted to sell them something or you're really interested in helping them. The product needs to reach people. If people don't get the product, the magic, sorry, doesn't happen. Now I want to simplify this, okay? Let's make it simpler. One of our priorities is for people to try that product. You need to make sure that they use it, they try it, that they live the experience, because there is something that a presentation cannot substitute, which is personal experience. Pay attention to this. We are the only company in the world, let me repeat this. We are the only company in the world who has such an effective and such a fast product. So more than a presentation, what we need is for people to use it, for people to put it on. Whoever uses it is going to say, wow, what is this? What did you give me? This is crazy. Where did you get it from? Where can I buy more? But people need to use it. You need to make sure that people use it, okay? The personal experiences improves belief, improves curiosity, and there could be references. That person could say, wow, I want my uncle or my neighbor to try it or my spouse to try it. Okay, that is why use the product. Remember, you need to be product of the product. Share it. Generate experiences, because that's what you are selling, experiences. That is what you're inviting people to live with you, an experience, not for them to buy a product. Follow up with the people. Call them again. Say, hey, how did you feel? How are you sleeping? How's your energy? How's your concentration? How's the inflammation? How do you feel? Follow up. Follow up with people. Continue sending them testimonials. Now, we are going to talk about duplicating. Our business, different to what people without experience think, is not only about selling, it's about duplicating. We need to learn to do very simple things that anybody can repeat or duplicate. A big business is not built on an extraordinary person or on a great seller. It's built when many people can do extraordinarily simple things. Okay, remember, the magic in this business is for a great number of people to be able to do very simple things during a longer time. That is the magic of the business. That is why I love simplicity. One of the formulas that this system proposes is 2, 10, 1, 2. And let me explain this to you now. That means talk to 2 people a day, 5 days a week, and that means 10 conversations a week. And as a reference of activity, the system searches for an average of 1 new brand partner and 2 new customers per week. I don't want you to get obsessed with the exact result of every week, but that's what the system wants. I want you to understand the principle, control the activity, because you can't control who says yes. You can't control who says no. You can't control when someone is ready or is not ready, but what you can control is how many people you speak to. So focus on that. Focus on what you can control. You don't need 8 hours for this business. Another very common excuse is, oh, but I don't have time, Juan Carlos. Perfect. You don't need 8 hours. You can start with 15, 30 minutes a day. That easy. You can start with 30 minutes a day, but it's 15 serious minutes, focused, real minutes. You have to be paying attention, not seeing Instagram, not seeing Facebook. 15 to 30 productive moments where you contact, when you reconnect, when you follow up, when you learn, when you invite, when you create conversations every day. I want you to remember something. Intensity can start a business, but consistency is what builds a business. Remember, this is not a 100-meter race. This is a marathon. This is a long race. And your first mission is to leave this meeting with absolute clarity. You don't need to be an expert. You don't need to be ready. Because people think that you need to be an expert. No, you just need to be excited. That's all. You need to have an easy story. If you already have your own testimonial, that's all you need. You don't need anything else. The first mission is to get to know and use the product. Live your own experience. Have your own stories. Train. Use the tools which are available. Speak to people every day, preferably. Ask questions and listen to the answers. Don't try to impress anyone. Just try to understand people. Share the product. Share experiences. You are inviting people to live an experience with you. An experience that could last 1 month, 2 months, 3 months. That's what you want people to live with you, an experience. Use the system. Don't reinvent the wheel and be consistent. Do something today that you can repeat tomorrow. And one last thing about no's, because this is very common. People hear no in this business or in any other business, and that's very common. This is something that I would like you to understand that I learned when I started as an entrepreneur. Don't be afraid of a no. A no doesn't mean you failed. It doesn't mean you did anything wrong or that this doesn't work. It simply means not right now. If you're able to understand that, the no in our business means not right now. Not now. Not today. People are battling their own dramas, their own tragedies, their own everyday problems. And if you arrive with the best product or the best opportunity in the world, it's probably not going to be the best moment for them to be receptive right now. So it doesn't mean that you did anything wrong. It doesn't mean that this is not for you. It simply means not today, but maybe tomorrow they are ready. And when a person says no, don't get disheartened. Don't be disencouraged. Don't throw yourself to the ground and leave the business. You simply move forward. You continue and you speak to the next person because this business is not necessarily won by the person who speaks better or that knows more or that has more followers. Normally, the person who wins in the business is the one who doesn't stop. Listen to what I just said. The person who wins in the business is the person that never throws a towel. Now, you're not alone. That's very important. I want you to remember something. You don't need to build this alone. You have a community, you have tools, you have trainings, you have people who can help you, you have systems. Use them. Ask, participate, and learn. And when you learn something, teach the person who comes after you. Our business is a learning and teaching business. It's about learning and through your experience being able to teach others. That's how this business works. I learn so I can teach others in my team. That's so simple. Okay? Then at that moment, you start to develop leadership skills. Leadership is not having a rank, my dear friends. Leadership is not having 1,000 people underneath you. Leadership is helping the next person to reach the next level. That's all. Now I would like to listen to you a bit. I would like to know what questions you have. I want to know what you've understood from what I've said. If there's any concerns, any doubts, any objections that you receive, I can help you to know what is the best way to answer or how people are getting stuck. And I can share a bit about my personal experience and I can guide you at this moment for you to maybe unlock a certain moment that you're going through and to be able to find a new way of seeing things. Because at the end, everything that you live, I live too. Everything that you experiment, I've experimented too. I do not have all the answers. I have some, but I've been in the industry for 19 years and I've been quite successful. So I do have a lot of experiences, good and bad, to be able to reply to your questions in a convenient way to all the objections that normally people have. So starting now, if you have any questions, oh, look, we already have a raised hand from Emilia Tafo. And remember that you can ask questions in English if you'd like, and I will translate them for Juan Carlos. Okay, Emilia Tafolia, please start. And if anybody else wants to ask, please raise your hand electronically. And if you don't know how to do it, just do this. And when I see you, I'll pass you the mic. Edelmira, please, go ahead, dear. Oh, I think she cannot open up her mic for some reason. Let's see what I can do to open your mic. Evelyn, do you have the control to be able to activate her mic?
They should be able to open it. I'm trying to see if there is something that's for some reasoning not allowing it.
Thank you. Estamos teniendo unos dificultades técnicas.
Okay, it seems like we're having
para
some
que,
technical issues.
para que puedan
Please
activar su
remember that if you
micrófono.
want to ask Juan Carlos questions in English,
Can
I
you
can
make me
translate
co-host?
for both of you. Oh, Juan Carlos says if you can make him
Bueno,
co-host, Justin, please.
Disculpa, a mí sí me dejó. Sí me
Oh,
dejó.
I'm sorry, but I'm
Carolina
able
sí
to
puede.
open my mic.
Carolina sí
Oh,
puede.
Carolina is able
Bueno,
to open her
en lo que
mic.
lo logramos con Edelmira.
Okay, well, while we're
tú,
waiting for
Carolina, lo que
Edelmira,
tengas
please,
aquí cerca
Carolina,
ya, por
whatever
favor.
question you have, we're here to help,
Mi pregunta
please.
es,
Okay,
todos
my
los
question
dispositivos,
is,
los
all the
tienen que usarse
devices,
por 12 horas.
do they have to be used for 12 hours?
El Ice Wave puedes usarlo por
The
24 horas
Ice Wave patch can be used
Ok,
24 hours
porque
straight.
eso tengo una porque hoy un chico se
Okay,
lastimó su pierna
because
y
today
no sabía exactamente
a young
qué
man hurt his
recomendaciones, ya se
knee,
llevó su
and I didn't
paquete,
know exactly how to
pero
recommend
le
it.
dije
He
a la
already took
señora,
his
le
sleeve
mandé
of
un
patches,
video que
but I
alguien me
sent the
compartió,
lady a video that somebody shared
donde
with
se
me
explica ahí cómo se
where
pues maravilloso.
you have
El video
instructions on
es de
how
la
to use it.
compañía, ¿no?
Okay, perfect. And that video comes from the company, right?
Esas son las herramientas a las que me
Perfectly
refiero,
done.
Carolina.
Those are the
En vez
tools
de que
that
tú
I
tengas que
am
explicar,
referring to.
hay
Instead of
herramientas que
you
explican
having to
todo por ti
explain
y
it,
esa es la mejor
we
manera
already
de
have
trabajar.
all the tools, and that's the
otra
best
pregunta
way to
también
work.
sobre los
Okay,
dispositivos,
another question about the devices.
yo quiero usar el
I would like to
A la vida.
use
a la vida.
Alavida. Yes,
¿Qué
Alavida.
estoy usando? Todos los
I
días,
am
el
using
X49, el X49
X39 and X49
y
every day.
Ion,
And Ian,
por decir, los uso por la mañana.
for example, I
Y
use
en
them
la
in the
noche
morning.
yo quiero usar
A la vida.
And if I would like to use Alavida at night
Ion o el
and
Esos
Ion,
son buenos para la noche. La vida y
those are
la
good
vida
for
yo
the
lo uso para la
nighttime.
noche. Yo
Alavida,
toda la noche me lo pongo
is a
aquí.
patch I use
Okay.
every night.
Para eso
I
me lo
put it
pongo
on
aquí.
here.
No tiene nada que ver.
Okay, so does that
que
have
los
anything to
ponga,
do
ponga, por decir, los
if
estoy usando en el día
if
y
I
estos
put them
usarlos
on
en la
during the
noche?
day
¿No?
and I use the others during the night?
Hay parches que se recomiendan más de
No,
día, hay
there are
otros que se
some patches that
recomiendan
are
más de
recommended
noche.
more for the daytime,
Alavida es uno
others
de los de
more
la
for the
noche.
nighttime.
El Ion puede ser
Alavida is a
de día o de
nighttime
noche,
patch.
como
Sí,
mejor.
pero
Ion
eso
can
no
be
tiene
during
nada
the
que ver
day or
porque
during the
yo,
night.
como lo que les digo, que yo traigo
Okay,
la
yes, but that
computadora
doesn't have
durante el
anything
día.
to do
No tiene
because
nada
I
que ver
use
porque lo que
X39 during the
hacen,
day. No,
cada
it
uno
doesn't.
de ellos refleja ondas o refleja ondas de luz diferentes y activan cosas
Because each
diferentes.
one of them
Okay.
reflects
Sí,
different
en
light
eso
rays.
todavía yo no he empezado los de la noche porque no me ha quedado claro si los
No
puedo
pasa
usar.
nada. No pasa
Oh,
nada.
because
Son
I didn't
diferentes.
know if I had to use
Yo
them in
nada
the
más lo
day or the
comentar
night.
porque de hecho, pues,
No, there's no problem with that.
4 personas
Because
abajo de
I
mí.
already enrolled 4
Maravilla.
people underneath me and I want to recommend them and know how to
quiero,
recommend them right.
aprender
That's
lo más
amazing.
rápido posible
Congratulations.
con ellos.
And I would like
Vas
to
a ir
learn
aprendiendo
as fast as
que hay
possible.
algunos que son mejores en la noche
Yes,
y otros que
you'll
mejores
be
en el día.
learning as
Ion
you
y
educate
Alavida son
yourself that some
increíbles
are
para la
better
noche.
during the night and
Ok,
some are better
perfecto.
during the
Era mi
day. Alavida
pregunta.
and
Muchísimas
Ion are
gracias.
amazing for
Estoy para
nighttime.
servirte, Carolina.
Okay, that
No
was
sé si
my
Edelmira
question.
ya
Thank you
puedas
so much, Juan
ya puedas
Carlos.
activar tu micrófono.
I'm here
Y
to
si no, nos
serve
vamos
you,
contigo, Liz
Carolina.
Vargas. ¿Cómo estás?
Elevida,
Buenas
could you
tardes.
turn on your mic?
Bienvenida.
If not, Liz
Hola, buenas
Vargas.
tardes, gracias.
Good evening,
Qué
welcome.
gusto saludarte.
Hi, thank you.
Gracias,
Good
gracias,
evening.
igualmente. Espero la
Thank you.
compañía, ¿sí
Likewise
puede
to you.
conectar?
Let me see if
Mira,
Elevira can
no sé
connect.
si
I don't know. I think
esté por
she's
ahí.
having.
A lo mejor estaba
Is
trabajando
she
o algo
there?
y pues,
Maybe
levantó su
she
mano
was
alguna vez.
working or
Porque su
something and
manito
she
está
raised her
levantada desde hace
hand
mucho
before
tiempo.
because
Entonces,
her hand
como,
is still raised
a lo
since a
mejor se
long
puso a hacer
time
otra
ago,
cosa,
but
entonces no sé. Entonces,
Oh,
maybe she started
cuéntanos
doing
tuyos.
something else. I don't know.
Bueno, mi
Tell us.
pregunta es,
Okay, my
hay
question
personas
is
que
there
están
are
queriendo
some
agarrar la
people
membresía
who want
para obtener
to get their
su-
membership
sus tratamientos, pero
for their
donde se
treatment,
detienen es
but
al
where this
requerir
stops
una cuenta de banco.
is
Entonces,
when they
ahí yo no
need a
sé
bank
cómo
account.
poder ayudarlos.
So I don't know how I can help
No,
them with that issue.
explícame esta parte.
What do you mean?
No
Explain
entiendo
that
lo que
part. I
dices.
don't understand.
Para poder pagar los parches
To
cada
be
mes.
able to pay for the
¿Tú
patches
estás en
each
México?
month.
Sí,
Oh, are you in
exacto.
Mexico?
Y entonces
Yes, I
lo que pasa es
am.
que en México, bueno, y en Estados
Okay,
Unidos,
the issue in Mexico,
prácticamente todo el mundo, la
also in the
compañía
US and
solamente puede
practically everywhere,
cobrarte con
is that the
tarjeta de
company
crédito o débito.
can only
Lo que
charge
pasa es
your
que
debit or
hay gente que
credit
se
card.
detiene al momento de decir, oye, es que
So
me
some
da miedo
people
usar mi
stop
tarjeta de
because they're
crédito,
afraid to
O
use a
no
credit card,
tienen.
right?
o no tienen.
No, they
O
don't
no
have one.
tienen. Ajá.
Por el momento, Liz,
Well,
no
at the
tenemos
moment,
otra
Liz,
opción en México
we don't have any
más
other
que
option
esa,
in Mexico
pero la buena noticia es que en una reunión
except
que
for that
tuvimos
one.
con David Smith, que
But
es
the good
el
news is
dueño y
that in
CEO
a
de esta
meeting that we
compañía,
had with David
nos
Smith,
dijo
who
que
is the
ya están
owner and CEO of the
trabajando en
company,
que podamos pagar en
he
Oxxo
told us
y
that
que
they're working
podamos
on
pagar,
us
creo que
being able
farmacias
to
del
pay
ahorro
at the
y que
OXXO
podamos
stores
pagar ya
and
con
at the
efectivo en
Ahorro
diferentes
pharmacies
lugares.
and to be
Esto es
able to
algo que va a
pay with
suceder
cash in
solamente
different
para el
places.
mercado
This is
mexicano,
something which is
no,
only going
no
to
para otros
happen in the
mercados.
Mexican
Entonces,
market,
por el
not in any
momento
other
no lo
markets. So
tenemos. La
at the moment,
compañía
we don't
dice que
have it yet.
digo, que
The
lo que debe de
companies
ser es
that
que
normally
la persona que se
the
inscriba
correct
pague con
way
su
is that the person
tarjeta,
who enrolls to pay with
pero,
their own
digo,
card,
también te digo lo que
personal
sucede todos
card.
los días en
But
México y en América Latina. Nosotros
you know what
pagamos
happens every day in Mexico and
cualquier
Latin
cantidad. Aunque la
America.
compañía nada más está abierta en México, nosotros
Even though the
igualmente
company
mandamos
is only
producto
open
hacia
in
inclusive América.
Mexico, we also
Entonces,
send product
tanto en
to
México como en
South and
Centroamérica hay
Central
mucha gente que no tiene tarjeta de crédito. Entonces,
Central
aunque
America.
no
So
es lo
many
más
people in South
correcto,
and
lo que la
Central
gente hace es que
America
les
don't
prestan
have
su
a credit
tarjeta.
card. And even
Entonces,
though
por
it's not
ejemplo,
correct,
alguien te dan el dinero a
what
ti
our
y tú les
partners do
compras
is
el dinero
that
con tu
they
tarjeta.
lend them the
Como te digo,
card. They give you
no
the
es
money and you
lo
use your
mejor,
card.
no es lo
Now, that is
correcto,
not the
pero
correct
es
way.
lo que
It's
la gente
definitely not the best
ha
thing
hecho
to
en
do.
México
But that is
mientras
what people have been
tenemos la
doing in
opción de
Mexico
poder pagar en
while we
Oxxo o
have
otra
the
parte del
option
año.
to be able to pay in
Ok,
OXXO
entonces,
or
por
in the
ejemplo,
Ahorro pharmacies.
si una persona quiere agarrar
Okay, so for example, if a
los patches
person
cada
wants
mes, ¿puedo
the
poner
patches each month
Bueno,
as a
ahí
subscription,
sí, digo, si es una persona cercana a ti,
well, if it's someone close to you,
podrías dejarle tu tarjeta, si
you
quieres, si tú
could
confías
lend
en
them
esa
your
persona.
card if you like. If
Yo
you'd
no lo
like to,
haría
you
porque luego
trust
la
that
gente no te
person.
paga. O sea, yo te soy
I
honesto. O
personally
sea,
wouldn't do
yo he
that. I'm going
prestado
to
mi
be
tarjeta
honest.
varias
People
veces
don't pay you back.
para que la gente
I've
compre
lent my
paquetes,
card many times
pero
for
no
people to
para el
buy
autoenvío
packs,
mensual.
but never for the
Yo
monthly
nunca les he dejado
subscription,
mi
okay?
tarjeta para el autoenvío
I've
mensual.
never gave anybody my card for a
Pero de
monthly
que podrías hacerlo,
subscription.
pues digo,
But if you can do it, yes, of
podrías,
course, you
si
can.
quisieras.
Ok. Mientras se arregla eso
If
de
you
que
would
se
like
les
to do it.
permita
Yes, while
Podemos pagar
they
en Oxxo
do
y
the
en Central
modifications
Americano.
for us to be able to pay in the
Perfecto. Ok,
OXXO
bueno, pues
stores
entonces yo creo que
and the Ahorro
esa es una
pharmacies.
buena opción porque sí,
Okay, perfect. Well,
algunas de
I
las
think that's a
personas
good option because
sí
yes,
son
some
confiables,
of the people
pero se han
are
detenido
people
de
who I
poner su
trust in, but they
membresía, de
stopped
tener esa compra cada mes por esa razón,
in
porque
their
no tienen
process of a
tarjeta.
membership of a monthly subscription because they don't have a card.
Bueno, esta es la única manera que tenemos ahora.
Yes, well, that's the only
También se
way
puede
that
pagar
we
con
have
PayPal.
currently. You can
Bueno,
also
pero
pay with
también sabes que
PayPal,
PayPal también requieres tarjeta. Entonces, bueno,
but
pues
oh,
por
you also
ahora es
need
la
a
única
card for
manera.
PayPal. So
Ahora
at
es
the
la única
moment, that's the
manera,
only
Liz.
way.
Muchas
Liz,
gracias.
Estoy para servirte.
thank you
A ver,
very
aquí
much.
me preguntan.
We're here to serve.
Y ahí voy con la
Now,
siguiente
I
persona.
have
Ya
another
ahí voy con las últimas
question.
personas que tienen la mano levantada.
Let's see, hands are
Me
raised.
preguntan que cuando una persona
They
se
are
inscribe solo con
asking, when a
$25, ¿cómo
person
hace el
enrolls
negocio?
only with $25,
Si
how
se
do
le
they
pagan
work the
comisiones, se
business?
mete cliente y socios.
Are
Sí,
they paid
Susana,
with
claro que sí.
commissions if
Si
they
una persona se inscribe
introduce
con tu paquete de
customers and
$25,
partners? Yes,
puede
Susana.
que ya tiene
If
su
you
back
enroll with
office,
a
ya es
$25
distribuidora,
pack and you have your
ya
back
puede
office and
comenzar
you're a
a
distributor,
hacer el negocio,
you
pero
can start to
necesita
work the
que tu
business,
producto, o
but
sea,
you need to
necesitaría
have,
llegar a un cierto volumen
you would
de
need to
producto
reach
para
a
empezar a
certain
cobrar
volume in
comisiones.
product to be
¿Ok?
able to charge
O sea,
commissions, okay?
tiene que tener volumen de venta
You will need to have
para
sales
generar comisiones.
volume
¿Ok? Entonces, sí puede, sí le
to
pagan
generate
comisiones
commissions.
si mete clientes y socios. Por supuesto que sí. Nada más tiene que tener ahí
Yes,
sus
of course, you
requisitos
would get
mínimos
paid
de
your
volumen,
commissions
que
with a
son
customer and
400
a partner,
puntos,
but you need
y
the
listo.
minimum requirement of
Carolina Villaseñor dice,
volume, which
otra
is like
pregunta, ¿los
300 points, and
dispositivos
that's
para el
all.
dolor los pueden
Carolina
usar
asks
todos
another
los días
question
mientras traigan el
about the
dolor? Sí,
pain devices. Can they
sí,
use it
todos los
every
días.
day as long as they are
Todos
still
los
in
días.
pain? Yes,
Todos los días. Eso
every
sí,
day. They can be used
24 horas,
every day.
24 horas, a las
Now
24
remember,
horas
they
ya no
only
se
last
toca.
24 hours,
De ese ni siquiera
and
tienes
after
que
24
descansar.
hours, you use another one.
Porque el Ice Wave, que es el del dolor, no
Because the
está
life
haciendo que tu
wave, which
cuerpo
is the one
produzca
for
nada.
pain,
Sencillamente
is
está
not doing
bloqueando tu
your,
dolor.
is not making your body produce
Es un
anything. It's
dispositivo que
just blocking the
bloquea.
pain. It's just a device that blocks
Dice,
pain.
disculpa, ¿cuál es el parche que usa por 24 horas? Ah, ya les puse ahí. La doctora Jimena tiene un video donde explica el uso de cada parche.
Dr.
Sí,
Jimena
también lo
has
hemos
a video
enfocado, tiene
when
mucha
they
razón.
use every
Con la doctora
patch.
Jimena tenemos
Dr.
un
Shamarano
video que explica cada uno de
is
los dispositivos.
correct.
Están en
There
YouTube.
is a video that explains each one of the
¿Ok?
patches. Okay?
Pero también tenemos, pero la compañía también tiene
And the company
PDFs en
also
donde
has
Esto es donde están
PDFs
todos los dispositivos
where
y
you
explica
have
cada uno
all
de
the
los dispositivos.
devices and it explains
Voy
each one of the
directamente con
devices.
Lilian Pagoaga, ¿cómo estás?
Liliana
Bienvenida,
Paguana,
buenas
how are
tardes.
you?
Si
Welcome.
puedes
Good
activar tu
evening.
micrófono si fueras tan gentil.
You can activate your
Elvira,
mic
ya te vi,
if possible.
ya te vi.
Hola.
Elvira, I
ya
just
te
saw
vi.
you.
¿Cómo
Hola,
estás,
buenas
Lilian?
noches.
Muy buenas noches. ¿Cómo
Hi,
estás?
good evening.
Muy
Good
bien.
evening.
Mira,
How are
yo
you?
estoy en España,
I'm doing well. Look, I'm in
pero
Spain. that I have family members in the US, and my question is if I can register them. Yes, of course,
Sin ningún problema. Tú puedes
without
registrar
any issue.
personas en
Without any
cualquiera de los
issue.
92
You
países
can
que la
register
compañía tiene
people
abiertos.
in any of the
Entonces,
92
de hecho, lo
countries that the
único que tienes que
company
hacer
has
es
open.
mandarles tu liga y ellos solitos se registran
The
y
only
ya
thing
quedan
you have to do is send them
automáticamente en tu
your
equipo.
link and they register automatically into your team.
O sea, ellos
Okay,
lo único
perfect.
que
That
van a
was my
tener que hacer
question. The only thing
es
they're going to need to do,
elegir, mira, te lo voy a enseñar para que lo veas. Mira lo que van a tener que hacer.
look, let me show you, okay?
Ahí
So
estás
you
viendo
can
mi
see what they
pantalla.
have to do. Are you seeing my screen? Yes.
Mira esto. Mira esto. Así,
Look
¿te
at
acuerdas
this.
que aquí, esta es mi tienda online? Si te
Remember
fijas
that
arriba,
this
dice
is my
U90X
online
Link
store,
del lado
okay? You
izquierdo.
see it says
Sí.
U90X on the left?
Tu tienda diría,
Yes.
a decir Liliana
Your
Paguada, o como
online
tú la hayas
store,
llamado.
it
Es tu
might
tienda.
say
Entonces,
Liliana
cuando esto,
Paguada or
cuando
however
esto
you
les
called
llega
your
a tus
store.
familiares en
So
Estados
when this
Unidos, lo
reaches your
único que
family
ellos tienen
members
que
in the
hacer
US,
es
the only
irse
thing they
aquí
have to do
y
is
elegir
go
el país
here
en el que van a
and
comprar.
choose the country that they're going to
Entonces, si van
purchase.
a comprar en Estados Unidos, tienen
So
que
if they're
elegir Estados
going to
Unidos.
purchase in the US, they need to choose the
Tú
US.
cuando compraste,
Okay, when
acuerdas
you
que apareció
bought,
España.
remember
Sí, 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 me apareció
that
España,
it
sí.
said Spain?
Te metiste a la
Yes,
tienda de
exactly. It
España.
said Spain.
Cada
You went
tienda es
into the
diferente.
store for Spain. Each store is
O sea,
different.
todas las tiendas del mundo son diferentes
So
y tienen
in each
productos
store
diferentes.
in the
En todos
world,
los países
there's
están todos los
different
productos.
products and there's
Entonces, si
different
fueras a
things.
escribir a alguien en
You don't
Hong
have all
Kong,
the products in
le
all the
tendrías que dar
countries. So if you're going
Hong
to
Kong.
enroll somebody in
Yo, por
Hong
ejemplo, ahí me meto a
Kong,
la
you
tienda
need
de
to
Hong
click
Kong
on Hong Kong.
y
See,
sácatelas,
I
ya no
just
entendemos nada.
clicked on the Hong Kong store and there it is.
¿Ya viste? Entonces,
Now we
ahí
don't
listo le
understand
aparece la
anything
gente
that
de
it
Hong Kong.
says. That's what
Es
you
la
can
tienda de Hong
see
Kong.
if
Y
you're
ellos
in
tienen
Hong
que
Kong.
comprar
This is
aquí.
the Hong Kong
Y
store,
ahora
and
déjame
they
meter
need
un
to
código porque
purchase
no sé
here.
cómo salir de aquí.
And now I
Ah,
got
no,
into a
sí sé cómo
problem
salir
because
de
I
aquí.
don't know how to get
Entonces
out of
me voy
here.
a United States y cuando
So I
llegues a United
go to
States,
United States.
ya
Here it
la
is.
gente compra
I go
aquí
to
en los Estados
United
Unidos.
States, and people purchase here for the US.
Y lo único que tienen que hacer
Okay, and the
para
only thing
cuando
that they
escogen
need to
Estados
do
Unidos,
when they
nada más
choose
mi
US,
internet, que como está lento, Diosito
oh
santo.
man, my internet is going so slow today.
Espérame, pero ya estoy ahí.
Sorry, give me a second. I'm
Ya
almost
ahorita se
there.
cambia. Bueno, ahí ya se cambió a Estados Unidos, ¿ya viste?
There it is.
Y
It
lo
just changed
único
to
que
the
habría que
US.
hacer
Did you see?
aquí,
And
cuando
the
vas a
only thing
Estados
that you
Unidos,
would need
cuando
to
la
do
gente quiere en
here when
español,
you choose
ya
the
estás en
US,
la
when
tienda de
people
Estados
want it
Unidos
in
y
Spanish,
puedes elegir
you're already in
en
the
inglés o en
US
español,
store
¿ya viste?
and you can choose
Sí, sí,
English
sí.
or Spanish.
Entonces
Did you
coges
see?
en español, estás en la tienda de Estados Unidos
So you
y
choose
ellos ya
Spanish,
tienen
you're
la
in the
tienda en
US
español.
store and they already have
Entonces
their
les
store
mandas
in
tu link
Spanish.
y ellos
So
directamente
you
compran
send
de
them
ahí y
your
quedan
link and
directamente
they
en tu
can
equipo.
purchase from there directly and they're in your
De
team
acuerdo.
directly.
Una preguntita, sí, también así
Okay, got
rápida.
it. One
Pues
quick
venga, aquí
question.
estoy para servirte.
Whatever question you have, I'm here
Una
to serve.
persona que esté, a ver,
A
tengo
person
una hermana
who
que,
is, I have
es
a
que lo que pasa es que yo
sister.
empecé el negocio esta
Okay, what
semana,
happens is that
entonces
I started the
estoy
business this
Muchas
week.
felicidades.
esperando
Congratulations.
que me llegue el
And
producto,
I'm
pues para
waiting
probar
to
y me animé
receive the
a hacer
product,
el negocio
try it.
porque
And I
mi suegra
decided to
compró
work
los
the business
productos
because my
y
mother-in-law bought
habla
the product
maravillas de los parches.
and she talks
Entonces,
amazingly about
vamos, eso
patches.
fue como
So that
para tomar
was
la decisión, ese fue uno de
to
los
be able
pasos
to take that
importantes.
decision. That was
Tengo
one
una
of the
hermana
important steps.
que está atravesando ahora por
I
una
have a
enfermedad, tiene un
sister
tumor
who is right
cerebral
now going through an
y
illness.
eso
She
le
has
está
a brain
presionando
tumor,
el tema de la
and
vista
that is
y está constantemente
pressuring her
todos los
eyesight.
días
And
con
every
dolor.
day she is
Entonces,
in
mi
pain
pregunta es,
constantly.
¿qué
So my
protocolo se le
question is,
podría
what
dar a ella
protocol could I
en este
give
momento
to her at this time
para que le pueda, pues, que le pueda ayudar?
De
that can help her?
entrada,
Well, for
X39 y
starters,
AEON.
X39 and Eon.
X39 y AEON. Se va a
X39
desinflamar de
and
inmediato.
Eon will take
Tenemos
away
muchos
the
testimonios.
swelling, the
Aquí dice
inflammation
Tracy que
immediately.
también, si
We have a lot
¿dónde
of
vive tu hermana?
testimonials.
Mi
Tracy
hermana
is
vive en
saying,
Honduras.
where does your sister live? She lives in
No, es
Honduras.
que eso solamente está en Estados Unidos.
Oh, no,
Y
not in
para
Honduras. It's only in the
para
US. For Honduras,
¿sabes cómo es el procedimiento?
do you know how the procedure goes
No,
to be able
yo
to send them
preguntaba por
there?
el tema de los Estados Unidos
No, I
porque
was
ella
asking about the
vive entre
US
Estados Unidos y
because she
Honduras.
lives
Perfecto.
between
Si está en
Honduras and the
Estados
US.
Unidos, también dice
Oh,
Tracy
okay.
Silbert. Y
Perfect. If
también
she's
la
in the
máquina
US, Tracy
X2O
Silbert says that the
funcionaría
X2O machine would
increíblemente bien.
work amazingly well.
Increíblemente bien. Entonces,
Amazingly well.
pero si nada más estamos hablando de los dispositivos,
But
o sea,
if we're
de los
only
parches,
talking about the
yo te
patches,
recomendaría
about
que
the
arrancara con
devices, I
X39 y
recommend
AEON.
for you to start with X39 and
Y
Eon.
va a tener una disminución
and she's
significante
going to
en la
have a
inflamación, en el
significant
dolor.
decrease in her
Acuérdate que
inflammation,
aquí
in
nosotros
her
no
pain.
podemos prometerle
Even though
absolutamente
remember that
nada a
we
nadie,
cannot promise
no podemos
absolutely
asegurarle
anything to
nada a nadie
anyone
porque
here. We
cada
cannot
cuerpo
assure
reacciona
or
diferente.
guarantee anything
Lo que
because
sí
each
puedes
body reacts
prometer es
differently.
que la compañía les puede devolver su dinero los primeros
What you
30
can
días
promise
si es
them
que
is
no
that the
tienen
company can
resultados.
reimburse their money in the
Hay una
first 30
garantía
days
de
if
eso,
they
lo cual
Sí,
ya
sí.
don't see
eso no te la
results.
da
There's a
nadie.
guarantee.
Ahora,
Ya.
So this is something that
tenemos
nobody else will give you.
muchísimos testimonios de
Now,
personas con tumores
we have so many
que han
testimonials of
mejorado
people with
considerablemente.
tumors who have improved
O sea,
considerably.
hay muchos testimonios.
There are
Entonces, yo
many
te recomendaría que tu
testimonials.
hermana
So I
comience con
recommend
esos
your
dos
sister to start with those
y que
two
piense en un proceso de 90
and
días.
for her to think
De acuerdo.
on 90
Muchas
days.
gracias por tus respuestas.
Okay. Thank you
Estoy
very
para
much for
servirte.
your answer.
Para eso
I'm
estamos
here
aquí
to
todos.
serve you.
Gracias
That's
a
why
ti
we're
por
all
dar un
here.
paso al frente y
Thank you
deseo que
for
esto te
stepping
pueda
forward,
convencer que tu
and I hope
familia
from the bottom
encuentra
of my heart
lo que
that
está
your
buscando.
family
Estoy
finds what
seguro
they
que
need.
llegaron al lugar correcto.
Muchas gracias.
Un abrazo para ti.
Hasta luego.
I'm sure you
Hasta
arrived in
luego.
the
Vamos
correct
con la
place.
familia Saavedra.
Thank
¿Cómo
you.
están, chicos?
Okay,
Por favor,
Saavedra family, how are you
su
doing, guys?
micrófono, si
Please
fueran tan
turn on your
amables.
mic if you could.
Hola, hola, buenas tardes
Hi,
a
hi,
todos.
good
Muy
evening.
buenas tardes. ¿Cómo
Hello,
estás?
how are you? Good
Muy
evening.
bien, gracias.
I'm doing
Mira,
well, thank
mi
you. Look,
pregunta
my
es
question
relacionada a la que
is
hizo
related
Liz con
to the one that
relación
Liz asked
a las suscripciones que no
about
pueden
the
proveer por X
subscriptions that
razón
cannot
un número
provide for
de
some
tarjeta,
reason
¿verdad?
a card number.
Ah, ha
Okay?
habido casos aquí, yo estoy en Estados
There's been
Unidos,
cases here. I'm
que
from the
algunos
US.
compañeros,
And
al parecer
some
ese ha sido uno
colleagues,
de los
it
motivos que
seems like that
les
has
han
been one of the
cerrado su
reasons
cuenta,
why they've
porque
closed
su
their
número de
accounts
tarjeta
because their
está
card number
relacionado con otra cuenta
is
de cliente.
related to
Es verdad.
another customer's
La compañía no lo permite. Es
card.
verdad, la compañía
That's
no
true.
se
The
reporta
company
en
doesn't
GPS
allow
que no
that. The
debes de
company
hacer
says
eso.
that you should not do that.
Híjole.
It's correct.
Y
O sea,
entonces,
atención,
But what do we do
atención.
then? Okay, look, pay attention to this.
Bueno,
Pay
mira,
attention.
este es un Zoom.
This is, okay, I'm sorry. This is a Zoom.
Este es un Zoom en el que yo tengo que decir
This
las cosas
Zoom
en el orden
is
en el que la compañía las
a
tiene.
meeting in which
Yo
I need to
pienso,
say things in the
y
same order
te voy
as
a
the
decir por qué yo
company.
pienso.
Okay, but
Yo
I
creo que la
think, let me tell you what
compañía
I
ha sido
think.
un
I
poco
think
más
that the
flexible
company
en el caso
has
de
been a bit
México,
more flexible
porque
in
la
the case of
compañía sabe
Mexico because the
que
company
en México hay
knows
mucha gente que no tiene
that
tarjeta.
in Mexico there's a lot of
y lo
people that
entiendo.
don't have
Entonces,
cards.
esto que te acabo de decir
And
es
I
algo que yo
understand. So
pienso.
this, which
O
I
sea,
just
la
told you,
norma,
is
la
something that
regla es
I
que
think.
todo el mundo
The
use su propia
norm,
tarjeta.
the rule,
Ya.
is everybody to use their
Pero
own card.
yo pienso, va de nuevo, es algo que
But
no
I
estoy
think,
seguro, yo pienso que la compañía ha sido
I'm
más
not sure,
flexible con
but I
nosotros en
think
México,
that the company has been more
porque sabe
flexible with
que
us
mucha
in
gente no tiene
Mexico
tarjeta
because
y
they know that
todavía
many
no
people do
tenemos,
not have a card
y todavía no
and
tenemos
we
activado el
still
sistema de
don't
pagar en Oxxo o en
have
farmacias del
the
ahorro, por ejemplo.
OXXO store
Entonces,
or the
pienso
Ahorro
que por esa razón
pharmacy
no nos han cerrado las
payment
cuentas.
method
Les han sido un
activated. So I
poquito
think
más
that's a reason
flexible
why they
y eso
haven't
me
closed
alivia
accounts.
un poco porque
Okay,
en
so they've been a
verdad
bit more flexible.
yo
And that
tengo
helps me a bit
partners en
because
México y por
sincerely, I
eso me
have brand
interesa
partners in
saber para
Mexico.
poderles dar la
And
información
that's why I'm
correcta, ¿verdad? Porque no
interested
quiero
in knowing so I
que
can
les
give you
vaya a
the
pasar
give
una
them, sorry, the
sorpresa de que
correct
digan, oye,
information
me
because I
cerraron
don't
mi
want them to
cuenta,
have a
¿verdad?
surprise that they suddenly
Mira,
close their account.
y ojo, y también
Look,
acuérdate que
and
todo es, o sea, ahí está
remember,
customer service,
remember
servicio al
that
cliente.
because we have customer service there
Yo
to
creo que
help us with
también
these issues.
podrías
I think that
escribirle a servicio al
you
cliente y
could
decirle, oye, ¿sabes qué?
also
Tengo unas
message
personas en
customer
México que no
service
tienen
and tell them,
tarjeta,
look, I
voy a
have
usar
people
mi
in Mexico
tarjeta,
interested, but they don't have a
les
card.
estoy
I'm going
avisando
to
para que
use
no me
my card. I'm
cancelen la
letting you
cuenta
know
y a
so
ver
you
qué te
don't
contestan
cancel
ellos.
my account
Ok,
and see
buena
what they
idea.
answer.
O sea,
Okay, that's a
de
good
esa manera
idea.
tú ya le estás
Yes,
avisando a la
that way
compañía,
you're
no
already
con esto te quiero
warning
decir
the
que te van
company.
a decir que sí,
I'm not saying that they're going to say
pero yo
yes, but
pienso
I
que sería
believe,
una
I
manera de
think
evitar
that it could
que
be
te
a way
cancelen la
of
cuenta.
avoiding them
Ok,
closing
sí,
other
porque
people's accounts.
entiendo ese punto
Okay,
y qué
yes,
bueno
because
que
I
sean
do
flexibles
understand
porque
that
sí, en
point. And
verdad
of course,
es más difícil
they
allá
have
que
to be
todas las
flexible
personas
because it is more
cuenten con
difficult over
una
No,
tarjeta.
here,
es que en México
over there in
no todo el mundo
Mexico
tiene
for
tarjeta,
everyone to have
pero
a
bueno,
card. Yes,
también
in
te digo que
Mexico, not
estamos muy
everybody
cerca
uses a card, but
para que la gente pueda pagar
we
en
are
efectivo en
also
Oxxo.
very
Eso
Eso
close to
sería
being able to
fabuloso.
allow them
sí,
to pay
estamos
in
cerca,
cash in
estamos
OXXO
cerca.
stores. That would be
Ok,
fabulous. Yeah, we're
bueno,
very,
gracias
yes, we're
por
very close.
ayudarme a aclarar un poquito ese
Okay, well,
punto.
thank you for
Estoy para
helping me
servirte con mucho
clarify that
gusto.
point. I'm here to serve. My pleasure.
Berta. Ajá.
I'm
Pues
Berta.
gracias, Juan Carlos. Ajá.
Estoy para
Berta.
servirle.
Oh, thank you, Juan
Gracias.
Carlos. I'm here
¿Alguien
to
más tiene
serve you.
alguna duda, alguna
Thank
pregunta?
you. Any
Qué
more
bueno que terminó
questions?
conectándose más de 50
Well,
personas. Qué
I'm
alegría.
happy that there were
Me
more
da
than
mucho,
50
mucho,
people
mucho
in
gusto
this
ver a tanta
meeting.
gente queriendo
Makes me
aprender,
happy to
ver
see
a
so
tanta
many
gente
people here
linda
wanting
en
to
una
learn
misión
and so many
como la nuestra.
beautiful people in a
Porque
mission like
somos el
ours.
equipo, acuérdense esto, somos el
Because
equipo de rescate,
remember,
queridos amigos.
we are the
Allá
rescue
afuera el
team,
mundo
my
entero
dear
nos
friends.
necesita.
The whole
Muchas
world
gracias.
out there
Quiero hacer una
needs us.
pequeña pregunta,
Oh,
perdón.
I would like to ask a
Claro,
quick
claro,
question.
adelante.
Sorry.
¿Quién habla?
No problem.
Buenas
Go
tardes,
ahead.
yo soy
Who's
Elvira.
talking? Hi, good
Elvira, ¿cómo
evening. My
estás?
name is Elvira.
Muy bien,
Elvira, how are you?
gracias. Buena
Ya
I'm
información.
doing well, thank you.
Quiero
Just quick
preguntarle, ¿una
information.
persona que
I
esté
would
haciendo
like
diálisis
to
puede usar los
ask,
patches?
Por
does a
supuesto
person
que
in
sí.
dialysis
Perfecto.
use
Por
patches?
supuesto que
Sure,
sí. Y
no
también te
problem.
digo
Of
que,
course
por
they
supuesto,
can.
acuérdense,
And
de
let me
ningún
tell
tema
you,
podemos garantizarle nada a
remember,
nadie,
we cannot
pero te cuento
guarantee
que también
anything,
hay
but let me
muchos
tell you that
testimonios de
there are
personas en
also a
diálisis
lot of
que han
testimonials of
reducido,
people with
inclusive
dialysis
revertido, o sea, que ya,
that have
ya
even
no se tienen que hacer
reverted
diálisis.
their condition, that don't
Ok,
need dialysis
muchas gracias, le
anymore.
agradezco mucho y
Okay, I
me
appreciate
despido
that.
porque
Thank you
voy a
very
salir.
much.
Ándale pues, gusto
Gracias.
And
saludarte.
I'm saying
Igual.
bye because I'm leaving the meeting.
Estela,
Thank you.
tienes tu
You were
manita
very kind.
levantada.
Estela's
Bienvenida,
hand is
buenas noches,
raised.
¿cómo estás?
Welcome. Good
Buenas
evening.
Muy
How are
bien,
you?
muy bien, gracias. Perdón,
Doing
mi cámara
very
no,
well,
no me está
very well.
funcionando
Thank you. I'm
ahorita.
sorry,
No
my
te
camera
preocupes,
is not
yo te
working
escucho con
right
mucho
now.
gusto.
Don't worry, I can hear you.
Yo he tenido preguntas de
I've
personas
had
en El Salvador
questions from people in
que
El
al
Salvador
adquirir el producto,
who, when
¿cuál es
they
el
purchase
tema
the
con,
product, what
por ejemplo,
is
si
the
taxes
issue
que el
with, for
gobierno de El
example,
Salvador
the
le
taxes
ponga
from the
eso,
El
cómo lo entra,
Salvadorian
cómo sería la
government?
dinámica?
How
Te
is that
explico,
introduced?
te explico.
How does that work?
LifeWave no
Let me
está
explain this.
abierto en América
LifeWave is
Latina más
not
que en
open
México.
in Latin America
Pero,
except
por
for in
ejemplo, mi
Mexico.
equipo opera
But for
en
example,
varios
my
países de
team
Centro y
operates
Sudamérica. ¿Y
in
cómo
different
funciona?
Central and South American
La
countries. And
compañía
how does
nos
that work?
permitió hace
The
ya como un
company
año
allowed
que
us
pudiéramos
already around a
operar
year
en países no
ago
abiertos
to
y que
be able
pudiéramos
to
pagar comisiones
operate
en
in
países no
countries
abiertos
which are
de
not
la
open
siguiente
and to
manera.
pay
La
commissions in
manera es
countries
que
which are
esa
not
persona de El
open
Salvador
in
se
the
tiene que dar
following
de
way.
alta
That
en
person
Estados
from El
Unidos.
Salvador
Tiene que comprar
needs
como
to
si
enroll in the
estuviera en
States.
Estados Unidos.
They need
Elige
to
Estados Unidos
purchase as
como
if they
país
were in the States.
y la
They choose
dirección que
United
va a
States
poner,
as their
en vez de
country.
ser la de su
And the
casa,
address that
va
they're
a
going to
poner la
use instead of
dirección
being
de
their
una
home address
empresa
is going to be
que
the
se
address
dedica a
of a
transportar
company
producto
which
a El
is
Salvador.
dedicated to transport product to El Salvador.
¿Me explico?
Sí.
Yes.
Do you understand? Yes.
Me están diciendo que tenemos que cerrar
Oh, they're telling me
que
that
ya
we
se
need
terminó la
to
hora
finish.
del
La hora.
intérprete y que tenemos
Our
que
interpreter's
terminar
hour finished and we need to
reunión.
close
Discúlpenme.
our meeting.
Bueno, entonces es
I
a través de un
apologize.
casillero nada más.
Okay,
Es a
so
través de un
it's
casillero que
only
tú tienes que encontrar,
through
conseguir para que las
a
cosas le lleguen a la persona
mailing
directamente a
company.
El
Yes,
Salvador, pero se tiene que dar
a
de alta en
shipping
Estados
company,
Unidos.
so they
Entonces
can
ahí
reach
no
El
incluí
Salvador,
nada
but they
de
need to
taxes
enroll in the
al
US.
entrar
So
producto ni
that
nada
doesn't
de eso.
include
No
taxes
sabría
to
decirte. No
in
sabría
Ok,
decirte.
ok.
No
for the
sabría decirte
product
porque
to
cada
go
país
into the
funciona de
country.
manera diferente.
I wouldn't know. I wouldn't know because
Muchas
that works
gracias.
different by a
No,
customer.
gracias a ustedes. Que
Thank you
tengan
very
una
much.
extraordinaria tarde. Gracias
On the
por estar aquí.
contrary, thank you all. Have a great
Hasta luego,
evening. Thank you
excelente
for
tarde
being
para
here.
todos, bendiciones.
Have a great evening, everyone.
Muchas
Thank you.
gracias. Adiós.
Thanks. Have a great evening. Bye bye.